the psyche of an American person is one of the most interesting things for me to talk about. Like they are.
But wouldn't
they
you
are
say
just.
there's a big difference from the state they're coming from? Or do you
That's
say
true.
in general there is an
Yeah.
underlying feeling of Americanism?
There is though.
Yeah.
There is a base, and they will never. They'll never admit it, but there is something. I'm still looking for the correct terminology. That there's something about Americans, and that base is the ego. Doesn't matter what state they're from. Like yes, they're very different.
Because they still feel they're the greatest country in the world.
They do, man. They do. It's inherent. It's something that's just like part of them, where it's like America. Like they just have this thing. They have it, and even the ones who are like super liberal and super like pro like rest of the world and all this stuff, and that love to talk shit about what they do wrong as a country, they still have this thing where it's like there's so much individualism in the American culture. There's so much like you're special, you know.
That's basically the building blocks of Western society, also the individualism, and that's why we clash so much with this Chinese or what is it?
Aristotle?
No,
Aristocrats?
Aristocrats. Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the philosopher Aristotle.
No, aristocrats.
Yeah.
That's so different because that's why they are also so good at, as a group, going against, like, let's say coronavirus, because they all follow their leader and they're not individualistic about it, and that has advantages for, let's say, for survival. Your survival mode is way better if everybody follows the rules.
Yeah.
But it also takes away creativity, and we've seen that so many times. Like, these Chinese people, they don't have our creativity, and that's what's our added advantage.
Thank God they don't. Thank God they don't.
However, we were seeing now, like, there are some companies coming out of China who are actually quite good and quite great. And, like, let's say, I think, for example, NIO, which is making EVs. They're a great company, and I think their cars are as great as, let's say, Tesla. So, but probably they're more like copying it. But and
also, because people always mistake my opinions on America for talking shit. Make no mistake about it. Young people in Europe, we are America light. Yeah. We're following, like, there's not, like, Europe is really not that much better. Like, I do feel like the older generations, they have their own thing. They are European, they have their own identity. But any person that's living in Europe under the age of 30, we are so heavily influenced by American sitcoms, TV shows, media, me included. And so it's not like we're that much better, but we are, because of the geographical distance, it's like we definitely suffered many of their effects, but lighter. Like, we're not...
Yeah. It's the Hollywood syndrome, and also the Netflix syndrome. I think everybody watches American TV shows on Netflix, from Netflix. I think that's something I do now more often, is to, on Netflix, to not watch only American shows, and to broaden it up. I like it when Danish shows, or I don't know, there's a lot out there. There's too much out there on Netflix, actually, so yeah.
Do you need help making better decisions in your life? Are you lacking self-confidence and motivation to get things done? Hire me today and get a direct daily line of communication with me through video chat and audio messages. I operate on a week-to-week basis, so no long-term investment is required. 7 straight days of Viking advice will get you right on track. Email me at lorenz.dries@gmail.com and change your reality. I'm ready whenever you are. See you soon.